Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, sometimes known as ETCG1 when I'm on this here channel and wearing this hat. Here on ETCG1 we talk about stuff, we don't do repair videos, so if you're looking for repair videos, please go down in the description and click the link to the Eric the Car Guy channel and go watch repair videos there. Otherwise, welcome to the conversation. And for today's discussion, pattern failures. Pattern failures are things that seem to happen across the board on a particular car line or more specifically to a particular make and model of vehicle. Manufacturers, well, let's face it, they're not perfect. If they were, I wouldn't be in business. What may happen either during the manufacturing process or maybe in the engineering process or somewhere in that process, something broke down. And you get a failure that you see over and over and over again across the given make and model. That was one of the things that we became really privy to when we were working at the dealership. We worked on the same vehicles and we could see over time certain failures that would happen on certain vehicles. And we could almost predict when a customer complaint was complaint X that the problem would be problem Y. And we'd have that solution almost beforehand. Service writers, in addition to that, would sometimes jump the gun and say, customer complaint, blah, 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 replace part X, which took away from our diagnostic time, that kind of thing. So pattern failures can be your best friend and your worst enemy, because what they do is they seem to lead you down a path of assumptions. And whenever you're going down the path of assumptions, when dealing with repair work, that's when you kind of get in trouble. Sometimes you're the hero. Sometimes you're like, well, hey, you know, I know on this vehicle and this year, they had a problem with this. And every time there was a complaint about this, all I did was replace this part or flip this switch or whatever it was that you did, and the problem went away. Problem solved. Many times, let's say 90% of the time, that's what you get. 90% of the time, you just go in there, you see what you expect to see with the pattern failure, you repair it, send it down the road. I mean, that's really nice. Now, coming to that conclusion is, well, it's kind of a mixed bag, because the manufacturer realizes that there very well may be pattern failures in their vehicles. So what they do is they gather service information from their dealerships. So they manufacture their vehicles, they go out into the world, people buy them, then people bring them in for service, or they have a certain issue. And with that issue came a solution. They document that solution, particularly when the vehicle's under warranty. So the solution, the repair is documented and then sent on to the manufacturer. The manufacturer looks at the data and says, you know what, this is a pattern failure. On this make and model, we keep seeing this going bad. So let's put out a technical service bulletin perhaps. Let's do a recall perhaps. It just depends on the severity and what system is affected, and put that out to our technicians in the field so that we can save them time. So they build this large database of information about the pattern failures on their vehicles, so that, say it's the first time you've seen it and you go over and you check. Many times, I think today just about everybody has some kind of computer-based database that they can go to for this. Identifix is a place that also does something like this for people in the aftermarket. And some scan tools now come with the capability to look into actual technician fixes about a particular problem, maybe involving a check engine light code or something like that. So you've got these databases out there with this information to where if you have your hands on that information, you've got the silver bullet. You've got problem X, and problem X, the fix for problem X on this particular make and model of vehicle is this, solution Y. So you get to be the hero. You don't have to spend your whole day trying to figure out what it is that's the problem, because somebody had to. Somebody dealt with it first. And maybe it took them a really long time to figure out what the problem was. Maybe they're a genius and they just figured it out, or they got lucky and they got it. Well, then the next guy does it and he's also in the dark. But after a few people and those things get reported and documented, then that becomes something that is known and a known pattern failure that you can then use in your diagnosis or repair. So it might not be that solution Y works for every vehicle, but at least you've got a place to go. At least you've got a place to look. So you're not running around chasing your tail half the day looking for that problem. But as I said, you get caught up in this. As a dealership technician, I got caught up in this quite a bit. And like I said, 90% of the time you're right. Car rolls in, it's got problem X, solution Y, bam, you're done. Flag your time, move on to the next thing. There are other times where you're like, it's solution Y. You go to do solution Y and you're like, solution Y has already been done, or solution Y, I just did solution Y and it hasn't fixed it, and now I'm back to square one. Now I've got to start over. And that's where those pattern failures sort of get you and bite you in the butt, because they get you thinking that every time a car comes in with problem X, it's going to be solution Y, but it's not always going to work out that way. So what are your experiences with pattern failures? Have you run into this? Have you seen pattern failures? Do you know of a pattern failure on a particular vehicle? What information do you have on pattern failures? Please share with the group. In addition to the comments below, you can do also the discussion. There'll be a link in the description to a discussion on ericthecarguy.com about this video and this topic. In addition to that, if you have automotive questions, I would suggest you go to ericthecarguy.com and use the myriad of solutions that we have there for you to help you solve a set of automotive issues. And if you wish to connect with me socially, I can be found on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter, and I look forward to your responses. Close each one of my videos with be safe, have fun, and stay dirty. Yeah, I kind of switched it up there. Freaked you out, didn't I? Yeah, we can't always do it the same. I'll see you next time.